Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today for another video. So in this video we're going to be looking at an Android smartphone crossed with a PTT UHF radio. So on this channel I've reviewed a couple of these similar devices now and never managed to find a decent device which incorporates both an Android mobile phone and a UHF radio, and I think I've found one that is more than adequate. So this is the Anysecu W5. It's an IP67 rated waterproof and dustproof UHF radio, which is also a mobile phone which runs on Android. So that means I can use it for network radio such as Zello and also use it on UHF. So in this video we're going to be looking at some of the features and settings. We'll have a quick look through the setup of this device, although it's very simple. We're going to look at the two-way radio element of things and we're going to do a test on that, and of course we're going to look at Zello as well. So just some of the main features. As I said earlier, this is IP67 rated, which means it's waterproof and dustproof, so it'll survive a little bit of wear and tear. The analog side of things, the analog transceiver inside is 400 to 470 megahertz, so it's UHF at 2 watts and you can store 20 channels. So it's not the most advanced of two-way radios, but it's a very decent and very credible two-way radio. It does only support 3G at this time, so it's not 4G. Now, this radio isn't actually the newest one that's out, it's just a new one to my collection, a new one to the channel. But 3G is more than ideal for what I use it for, and it does have Wi-Fi as well. It does run Android 6.0, so not the newest form of Android, but quite a credible one, and it will allow you to comfortably run apps such as Zello, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp and Skype. And it's a dual SIM smartphone as well, so it takes 2 SIM cards. It has an 8GB ROM, a 1GB RAM and 1.3 GHz CPU and a 3.5-inch capacitive touchscreen on the front. And it does have expandable memory, so it will take TF cards or micro SD cards up to 32GB. It does have 2 cameras. Now they are only 5 megapixel on the rear and 2 megapixel on the front, but we haven't brought this to take pictures or video with, but it will take reasonable pictures and video. And it does have GPS, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and supports multiple languages. So you can see the radio on the screen here. One thing I need to point out is it's quite heavy, and I'm thinking there's probably a zinc chassis or similar in there which is housing the UHF radio side of things, and that's why it feels a little bit more weightier, but it does feel a really solid and weighty device. I was quite impressed when I got this out the box. Compared to some of my other network radios, it's quite a little bit heavier, but it feels really good in the hand. It's not too heavy and it just feels dead solid, so that's a tick in the box straight away. On one side it's got the Motorola type microphone port there. Now this didn't come with a cover, but you can buy covers for these and you can also buy microphones for these as well. Underneath that we've got a USB port there for USB charging, and you can drag and drop and remove files from this device by plugging it into a computer. On the other side you can see we've got the PTT there, and we've got 2 volume buttons, and then underneath we've got an SOS button which can be mapped as a secondary PTT for Zello. So if you install Zello as well, the way Zello is configured is that if you press the PTT it will open Zello and bypass the UHF radio app in this. So if you map the secondary PTT or the secondary button there as your Zello PTT, it allows you to use both buttons independently. So you can use your main PTT for the two-way radio and a secondary PTT for Zello. On the top we've got another SOS button which can be mapped. We've got a control knob there which can also be mapped, and then we've got an antenna. Now this is a UHF antenna, so it has an SMA female connector on the top, and it comes with a short stubby UHF antenna. The actual 3G antenna is inside, and now this is the case on a lot of network radios. You'll find a lot of the antennas on the top are actually dummies. So this one is actually UHF. On the front we've got a small keypad there, so we've got answer and decline buttons, we've got a back button and a home button. And then we've got the large 3.5-inch screen and a camera and an infrared sensor and also a speaker. Now 3.5-inch for a screen is not too bad on these sorts of devices. I found this easier than a lot of my other network radios to type with. I've got some with quite small screens, some with bigger screens, and this one was quite comfortable, but you can also always use a stylus should you need to. On the back we've got charging dock contacts, so you can buy an additional charging dock for this device, and we've got the main camera with an LED flash on the back. Inside you can see we've got the memory card slot and 2 SIM card slots, and the battery states that it's 5,000 mAh. I'm not sure about this, I would probably say it's less, but with the low output power of the radio and this being a mobile phone, that battery will last quite a while. And of course with it having USB charging, you can plug it in pretty much anywhere. And in the box you get your USB charger, cable and plug. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the UHF two-way radio on this. It's very, very easy to use, very easy to set channels up, so we'll have a look at that now. Okay, so you can see the desktop there on this device. It's very, very similar. Well, it's actually identical to most other Android devices out there, and especially the other network radios. You can see we've got the main icons on the desktop there. So camera, music, settings, phone, and contacts. And if we just click on the little icon in the middle there, that'll bring up some more apps. These all actually came pre-installed on here. I'm not going to go through these in great detail, but of course you can add apps via the Google Play Store. We'll have a look at Zello in a little while. But if we just go down to PTT, you can see we've got the app open there now. Now this is a really, really good two-way radio. Considering it's a sort of secondary feature on this device, it is quite good and I'm quite impressed with it. So you can see we've got the channel that we're on here, and it just gives you some information there. So you can see we've got power set to high, we've got our bandwidth set to narrow, we've got squelch set to 1, volume set to 1, and CTCSS tones are off. And we've got transmit and receive frequency there. So we're actually on my local repeater here. If we go into this channel list here, you can see we've got the channels that have been programmed in. Now this is so simple to do. If you look there, we've got GB3MR. You can edit, delete or enable. So we're just going to edit that, and I'm going to show you what I've got programmed in here. So you can see we've got the name, we've got the transmit frequency, the receive frequency, the CTCSS tone, but no receive CTSS because we don't need it. And it really is as simple as that. You just click on save. We've got the same for GB3PZ, and we've got SU20 programmed in. So if I want to add a channel, we click on add at the top there, and we're going to name this. So we'll just delete what's in the box there, and we'll name this SU21. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to delete that. SU21. And if we just click in the next box, we can change the channel to 433525. And receive, we can also set to 433525. And then we'll keep transmit and receive CTSS tones off. And it's as simple as that. You can see SU21 has been added to the list. So if we click on that, click on enable, we can transmit on SU21, which is 433525. If you click on the little settings wheel there, it just shows you what program parameters you've got in there. It's very, very similar to the edit function. And then the button on the end just gives you some information about the transmitter. So it's 400 to 470 megahertz UHF. The squelch range is 0 to 8. So 0 is obviously open squelch. I've got mine set to 1 at the moment. CTSS range, we've got all CTSSs available there, and we've got all DCS tones available as well. And the volume can be adjusted by the keys on the side. Now, just on transmit, if we go back to channel list and enable GB3MR, you can see that's come back on the screen. Now, you can open the repeater by either pressing the PTT. I'm not sure if my microphone's picking this up, but I'll show you this better when we test this radio in a little while. And that has opened the repeater, and you can also click on send on the front screen as well there. And that really is the UHF operation. It's dead simple. It's only 2 watts, and I'm assuming that is because anything higher would really drain the battery on this quite quickly. But 2 watts is adequate if you're using this at short range or for repeaters. And it does only have 20 channels, but when you think most UHF radios that you buy, such as the Bofeng BF888S, they only run around 2 watts and they only have 16 channels. And for UHF, if you're using 70 centimeters simplex, some repeaters, and PMR 446 for receive only, 20 channels is more than enough. So that is basically the UHF side of things. And what we are going to do is take this out further in the video and do some proper testing with this. So if we go back, sorry, I should have said if you press the arrow button, we can exit the application or we can run it in the background. If you run it in the background, you can turn the screen off and still press the PTT to use the radio. But we're going to exit this application here. We're going to go into Play Store and we're going to install Zello. So that has actually come up as my previously installed apps on my account. But if we just install Zello, you can see it's just downloading it there. And it will install that automatically when it's downloaded. Okay, so as you can see, we've got Zello installed now. If we just open up the app, You can either sign up or you can log in if you already have an account. And you can see we've got Zello here. Now, I am running this radio off Wi-Fi at the moment. I haven't put a SIM card in this yet. We'll do that a little bit later. But you can see we're logged into Zello here. And if I just go into my my own group here, please don't try and add this, guys. It is password protected. You can see we've got the main Zello talk screen there. Now, you'll see the PTT on the side is actually keying up the microphone in Zello. So what you'll need to do, if you don't want this to conflict with the PTT side of things, the UHF side of things, is in settings, assign your PTT to another button. So this one here. And what that will do is it will use the PTT for the UHF radio and this button as your PTT on Zello. This actually doesn't come mapped to anything, so you can just set that up as your PTT button. I'm not going to go through how you operate Zello. I've done this before in other videos, and it's very, very simple, and there are other videos online. But you can see it does run Zello. It runs Zello quite nicely there, and it's got all the features and functionality of Zello. So what we'll do is we'll go outside now. We'll go up onto the local hill, and we'll actually test the UHF side of this radio. Okay, so we're on the usual spot of high ground, Werneth Low, and I'm just going to put a call out on GB3MR on the UHF radio and see if we can contact Chris. M0OGG, M0OGG, M3HHY mobile. You're on frequency, Chris.
M3HHY, M0OGG.
M0OGG, M3HHY.
Yeah, 5 and 7 on my big set, 57, nice and clear.
Nice and clear, no worries. I might have had something programmed in wrong for the repeater. Yeah, at least it's all right. Is the audio sound okay, Chris?
Yeah, it sounds fine. Can you manually program that where you are now?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can manually program it around UHF. Yeah, it's a network radio. It's got the two-way radio built in. I'm just getting to grips with it. Yeah, you're sounding quite well on this, Chris. No problems at all. M3HHY, just at Werneth Low.
Yeah, there's a new repeater on there. You could have put that in. It's over in Wigan. You might have got that from up there.
Yeah, I might give that a try, Chris. Yeah, now we've ironed out any technical issues, just give us I'm filming as usual. You're always the guinea pig. Hope you don't mind. But yeah, what's it sounding like now? Is the audio okay? Is the signal down to you okay? How we getting out towards you, Chris? M0OGG, M3HHY mobile.
Yeah, there's a little bit of white noise, Lewis, but apart from that, it's fine. Like I say, good 5 and 7. Just with a little bit of white noise, it's nothing major. Fully readable, sounds good.
Yeah, no worries, Chris. Great stuff. Yeah, I'll try that Wigan repeater. I'll give that a go and see what's what. I can put that in up here actually. I did see it on Facebook the other day, but I never got a chance to put it in, so I'll do that. Are you looking to get off, Chris? Are you busy?
Yeah, got a few bits and bobs to do around here, Lewis, so I'll say some trees for now. Thanks for the chat. I'll catch you in a bit. M0OGG.
Yeah, no worries, Chris. Well, cheers for the quick test. Appreciate it. We'll catch you further down the log. 7-3 for now, M3HHY mobile.
Yeah, cheers, Luke.
Cheers, 7-3. M3HHY listening GB3PZ for an audio report. M3HHY.
Station asking for a report. It's G8HX reporting, so you're getting quite well, no problems.
Yeah, I think there was 2 stations there. G8 Hotel, I think, was the one I heard. Just go again. The name's Lewis, Lima Echo Whiskey India Sierra, and the call sign's Mike 3 Hotel Yankee mobile.
Yes, Golf 8 Hotel X-Ray Echo Portable. Okay, Lewis. Yeah, just I must stay on. My name's Keith. Keith Hermston. And so just you know, you're getting in the repeats quite well, no problem at all. G8HXE.
Yep, no worries. G8HXE, M3HHY mobile. No worries at all. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Just trying out a radio here, so thought we'd put a couple of calls out and see how we were doing. So yeah, very much appreciated. I'll let you go. I think you said you were waiting for somebody, so yeah, I'll say 7-3, but cheers for that. Appreciate it. Have a good day from M3HHY mobile.
Yeah, cheers. See you.
Yankee mobile.
Yes, Golf 8 Hotel Hotel X-Ray Echo Portable. Okay, Lewis, yeah, just I must stay on. Waiting for Keith, Urmston. And just letting you know, you're getting in repeats quite well, no problem at all. G88XE.
Yep, no worries, G8HXE and 3HHY mobile. No worries at all, thanks for that, appreciate it. Just trying out a radio here, so thought we'd put a couple of calls out and see how we were doing. Yeah, very much appreciated. I'll let you go, I think you said you were waiting for somebody, so yeah, I'll say 7-3, cheers for that, appreciate it. Have a good day. 3HHY mobile.
Yeah, cheers, see you.
Right, okay, so at least we know it's working. We didn't make contact on the repeater, but we got a simplex QSO in there on 433525. So yeah, not bad at all. Chris is just sort of down the hill in the local town. So yeah, that's not too bad. Right, what we'll do is we'll get back and we'll do a quick Zello test. Okay, James, are you there?
Yes, Lewis, I'm here, mate.
Yeah, no worries, James. Just on the Anysecu W5 now. I've got the microphone right next to the speaker, so I'm hoping the audio comes through okay. So yeah, how's it sounding?
Yeah, nice and loud, just as clear as anything else, Rog. I'm just using my Enrico TM7 at the moment. My Anysecu's it's on charge downstairs, so I thought I'd just use the TM7 for the time being. But yeah, nice, clear, lovely clear audio.
Yeah, no worries, James. Well, I know you've got one of these anyway, so I won't go into any detail about it. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I've just been up on the local hill testing it out on FM, on the UHF radio, and it's good. I'm really liking it. So you're the first person I've spoke to on Zello, and it's brilliant. Really impressed with it, James.
Lewis, I'm pleased to hear it, my friend. Have you any idea what the FM output is, power-wise, on the W5s? I've not tested it yet because I need to get the adapter for it to fit into my meter, but I'm assuming it's probably just a couple of watts.
Yeah, it's rated at 2 watts. 2 watts, James. I've not put it on the meter, but yeah, I've just been doing a bit of work up the hill then, and yeah, it seems pretty consistent. I was getting into a couple of repeaters and that, managed a few simplex QSOs as well. They're in this video, so yeah, I'm really impressed with it, James. If I sound a bit quiet, it's because I'm about a foot away from the microphone myself, because I'm just behind the camera in the shack.
Yeah, no, there's no real difference. It's as clear, but yeah, if you're a little bit quieter, that'll explain why then. Yeah, I managed to get the Wolverhampton repeater last night using the outside antenna, and I broke through to that quite well, so I was really impressed with that. There's a few PMR users not too far from me as well, around the Walsall area. Made contact with them. So yeah, the FM side of things works really well. Better than I thought it would, I'll be honest. I was really surprised. But it's a nice bit of kit, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's the closest I've got to a UHF radio and phone hybrid. I've tried a couple of models in the past. I've still got another couple to review on the channel, but yeah, I'm impressed with it. Really made up. I was getting into the local repeater PZ pretty good, and it's good that you managed to get some PMR contacts and stuff like that as well. So yeah, all good stuff, James. Really happy with it. My friend said it wasn't sounding good, and I realised where I was in the complete black spot for the repeater we were testing on, so we switched to simplex and then another repeater, and it was working perfect. So yeah, really impressed with it. Right, James, I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to get back to editing, so if you don't mind, this will be in the video, and we'll catch you in a little while.
Yeah, no problem, Lou. Just give us a shout when you're finished. I'm on standby on this channel with various different devices, so I'll catch you a bit later on.
Yeah, I'll be knocking around anyway. See you in a bit. Okay, so I think we'll wrap this one up. As you can see, a very nice device there from Anysecu. I'm really impressed with this radio. The UHF side of things works really well. The Android side of things works really well also. And yeah, I think the only downside is that it's 3G. If this was 4G, it would be absolutely perfect. But as I say, it's not a new device. It has been out for quite a while, and in most countries, 3G is still alive and well. I know some countries across Europe have started to switch 3G off, or are in the process of starting to switch 3G off, but I don't think that's happening in the UK anytime soon. We are still running, I think, some 2G services over here, but I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, there's no end for 3G. on the immediate horizon here. So I'm looking forward to having some more time to play with this radio and use Zello a little bit more and get on the air as well on 70 centimetres. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, guys. If you want to have a look at this radio, links are in the description, along with my social media links and of course my email address as well. I've got a new email address for Ringway Manchester, so if you want to get in touch, then feel free to do so on there. And all that's left to say is 7-3. Cheers for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.